it seems to me the goal here is to reduce the amount of carbon in the atmosphere. At this point in where we are now, the amount of carbon in our atmosphere is 400 parts per million. That's an average, because sometimes when you wake up in the morning, before photosynthesis kicks in, you're at about 500. Once the plants start absorbing all the CO2, it goes down to about 300, so average is about 400 parts per million. And for the Chamber's knowledge, you need about 200 parts per million just to have plant life on the Earth. And a lot of greenhouses actually pump CO2 in because it helps with plant growth. These air capture machines, which would basically suck in air and clean the air, are extremely intensive as far as energy pull on the grid. So it seems to me that using a lot of energy to pull carbon out of the air when we're using carbon to make the energy doesn't seem like it's a win-win. But through you, Mr. Speaker, would these air capture machines be a large draw on our grid?
The bill does not specifically address that. It is important also to remember that when we talk about carbon, greenhouse gases also include methane and nitrous oxide.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And yes, I'm aware there's a lot of different gases in the atmosphere. Methane being, if anyone has a spot in your yard where you throw your leaf pile, you're producing methane. Termites, bugs produce methane, so it's a natural occurring gas in our atmosphere. But it seems like using a machine that uses greenhouse gases to clean greenhouse gases, I'm not sure that's a good use of our resources. Out in Pennsylvania, the shale fields, there's hundreds of years worth of natural gas, clean burning natural gas, as is evidenced up by my district, just on the west side of Sherman, Connecticut. They put in Cricket Valley Natural Gas, which is a massive natural gas plant. And back when it was put in, they required monitoring stations on the Connecticut side and the New York side. I believe it was at the Kent School in our area. And after years of monitoring, they noticed no noticeable difference. And it's providing consistent, clean energy to the people of that New York area. So by implementing this section, it seems like we're chasing another fad that is a heavy draw on the grid that can't handle it, and you still need your natural gas backup. Those of us on this side of the aisle are very passionate about the environment too. We also have an obligation to the people of Connecticut, who are paying the second highest around now. It's usually, we're always in the top 5 energy and electricity rates in the United States. This bill is full of ideas and suggestions that are putting the cart before the technological horse. I think there's mention of batteries in here. The batteries that unfortunately are made in China, and we're putting more of our eggs in the basket of a geopolitical enemy. Then we have batteries that will last a few hours, and then we still need a power backup system. So if you're running a business and you're trying to produce computer chips or whatever, and you have dips in your power quality, you could be ruining complete lines of product. There are a lot of studies and reports here. But in the future, I've only been here 4 years, but I see studies and reports being used in the next legislative session to create law. So what I see could be simply studies here will certainly, I believe, be an attempt by this body to roll those into law. And I see a lot of these initiatives that are going to impact ratepayers. So there's a lot of incentives. There's a lot of rebates that someone's going to have to pay for, and it's going to be the taxpayer. So when I get complaints from constituents, and I get them all the time, as I'm sure all of you do, it's so hard to continue to power your home. I shop the market. I go on there like it's a stock market on Energize CT to get the best rate.